Hey, what's up, guys? Kind of started missing Borderlands 1 a little bit, so I picked up on, this is the Lilith save I was using for Zombie Island and the Nox DLC videos that I made. Story-wise, there was an introduction video that I made talking about how I was going to play through those DLCs, and that's where this video picks up where I left off on the story from that one. So it's acquired the runner. What the hell? Can't hit him. And just got to jump over Piss Wash Hurdle. Let's see, or Piss Wash Gorge, Gully, whatever it is. So we're gonna do that. Man, I don't know if you guys watch Hannibal, but I watched last night's episode, and if you're a fan of the books or you've seen the movies, you kind of knew it was coming, but last night was the big, holy shit, Mason Verger reveal that they were going to, obviously spoilers abound, but, last night was the big Mason Verger face-off, and, what the hell? He, indeed did cut his face off. And it was probably one of the grossest things I've ever seen on network television in my life. But it was cool. A little bit different than it was in the book. He still got him stoned out of his gourd with some drugs and talked him into doing it, but it wasn't at Verger's house, and there was no, like in the book, what happened was Verger was showing him this noose that he used, and like hang yourself, but not quite. And in the book, it was actually quite graphic. He hung himself from the noose, and he was jerking off, and Lecter convinced him to cut his face off and feed it to his dogs, and then he broke Verger's neck. In this, they kind of lifted a little bit from the Hannibal novel, where Verger planned on feeding Lecter to some hogs, but through Graham's intervention, Lecter escaped, and Graham got knocked out in the ensuing struggle, and Lecter took Verger to Will's house and proceeded to drug him and convince him to cut his face off. I don't know why I ran all the way back there. And then he fed it, when Graham wakes up, he goes home, and there's Verger sitting in his living room feeding his face to Will's dogs, which, the dialogue there, one thing that Hannibal does well is it has some very dark humor, and he asked him what he was feeding his dogs, and he's like, oh, it's just me. And he makes a comment that he's hungry, so Lecter tells him to eat his nose, so he cuts his nose off and eats it, and man, Michael Pitt just killed it in that scene. He was just disturbing and creepy through the whole thing, and while he's eating his nose, he's like, I have the consistency and the taste of chicken gizzard, and I am full of myself. So it was pretty fucked up. But there's some implications here that they're going to be diverting a lot from the Hannibal novel, which I don't know if I'm that disappointed with, because shit. I kind of have mixed feelings about the novel. I read it a long time ago. It wasn't as good as Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon. It was interesting that it gave some backstory on Lecter and what happened to his sister. But other than that, I felt, well, okay, the first 2/3 of the book were good. The way it ended was kind of, yeah, left a little be desired. But you know, in the movie or in the novel and the movie, as I said, Berger tried feeding Lecter to his hogs, and they already kind of did that. I can't see them rehashing that scene later on in the TV series. Obviously, they will bring Berger back for that arc of the show. Hopefully, it makes it that long. But I think they're going to take a lot more creative liberties with the actual Hannibal arc of the series than they have so far with the show. A couple other things they've already done is the fake out with the Freddie Lowndes death and having the flaming corpse in the wheelchair being sent down the street. That's how Freddie was killed in the novel after the dragon, or Francis Dollarhide, bit his lips off. So, you know, as I said, I don't think they're going to rehash these scenes later on, so it's going to be interesting to see how things go from here on out. Personally, I'm looking forward to it because I do like the show, and they keep it different enough that you're never quite sure what's going to happen. So it's going to be next week's the finale, or, well, I guess this week now. Today's Sunday. So I'm really quite interested in what's going to go on from here. And I really hope they can secure a deal with Universal for the rights to the Clarice Starling character. I guess they don't have rights to use Barney either, but truth be told, I mean, you can kind of switch Barney out with any generic character. You can just make an orderly for the asylum, and that's your Barney. But also Chilton kind of, you know, Chilton was pretty instrumental in Lecter getting out of the asylum in the Silence of the Lambs novel, so that's going to be interesting to see how they approach that angle once they hit the Silence of the Lambs arc. So it's going to be, they've taken everything we're familiar with and they're going to be shaking it up quite a bit, which I do like. Truth be told, I think, I mean, the show has some flaws, but quite honestly, for the most part, it's pretty much nailed the spirit of the novels, and I actually think that maybe in some respects it's better than the novels. So we'll see where it goes from there. Eliminate all these assholes before we try going in there. Also, I'm pretty much dead set that when Borderlands the pre-sequel comes out, my main character will probably be Nisha, unless her gameplay is not at all what exciting or fun. But just from some of the pre-release, what little info that we have so far, she seems to be the most interesting character. I'm really hoping for some gun buffs to play into the fact that, you know, every image of her, she has a Jacobs revolver, So I'm really hoping for like a pistol build, because if or a character that's strong with pistols, and not like not like giving her 1 or 2 pistol skills like they did with Salvador. I mean like a whole tree like they did with Mordecai. Plus, like, truth be told, the other characters don't interest me all that much. I will probably play Athena. She looks like she might be fun to play. I think there's going to be some seriously broken shit there with her. But I still think she's going to be fun too, maybe. I mean, you're going to be running around Borderlands basically being a chick Captain America, so... but definitely starting off with Nisha. Misha. That was Hannibal Lecter's sister's name. And then, I don't know, Claptrap, it doesn't appeal to me unless his gameplay is, like, really fucking awesome. I just... and Wilhelm kind of is just bland to me. I don't have any interest in Wilhelm, unless they really develop his character quite a bit. He didn't seem to really strike me as interesting in the little bit of pre-release stuff that they've showed so far. But I think Nisha and Athena are going to be the way to go in lieu of the Siren, since we don't have any. Mine and fight the big dude. If you're excuse me, if you're curious at all about the background music I'm listening, I got my own personal written music playing, because not like trying to like whore my music out or anything like that, but they're cracking down even harder now with background music in video games. So instead of just eliminating it completely, I just replaced it with that, because I like to have something going, but obviously I can't sit here and listen to like Metallica or anything, because they'll copyright, or they'll content ID claim it, and then it'll be blocked in like fucking half the world and shit like that. So I figure my own stuff's copyrighted, but I'm not gonna, it's not copyrighted to like a big huge universal music group or anything like that, so it's not like it's gonna get content claimed. Actually, like I've said before, I don't care if anything gets copy or content claimed, but it's when it gets content claimed and it's blocked on like mobile devices and in different countries and stuff, that's when it gets to be a hassle. If they think they're going to make a ton of money off of the views my videos get, hey, whatever, good for them. But once they start blocking the videos, then that's where I gotta remove the music or whatever, because I don't want the stuff blocked in countries or anything like that. If they want to throw up an ad because there's a song or something, that's on them. That's fine. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. But not let if people can't watch the video, that doesn't sit well with me. Also, speaking of content ID claims and YouTube, looks like YouTube's in talks to buy Twitch TV for like $1 billion. That, man, I'd been tossing around, maybe getting into streaming, and I just never got around to it, but I don't think I am now. I think that's going to be, I think I don't want to go all doomsday scenario on it, but I think people are going to end up running into the same problems on Twitch that you have on YouTube. If they highlight certain aspects of their videos and they have a song playing that, or a Nintendo game, I think that's going to cause a lot of problems. And they don't get paid. I don't know how the Twitch partnership programs work with and how these guys get paid, but I think there's going to be a lot of issues with copyrighted content on Twitch when YouTube gets involved, or when Google gets involved. And that's a shame, because the nice thing about Twitch is you could get on there and, like, a lot of the guys I watch on there, well, a lot of the people I watch, they get on, they throw on some tunes, they got Spotify or Pandora or whatever playing in the background, and they just run through a game and bullshit with people and stuff like that. And it's a shame, because that's gonna, I have a feeling that's gonna change quite dramatically if Google does get their hands on it. And it's not entirely Google's fault. They have to do something. And I'm not saying they're going about it the right way, but I mean, there's no feasible way that they were going to keep the service going the way it was without some kind of copyright protection in there. Granted, they didn't have to probably carpet bomb the whole thing, but these companies got involved and participated in this thing to make sure their IPs were protected, and then once the system was implemented, they just dropped an A-bomb on everything. So it's a hassle, but I understand why it's there, and I understand why Google has to do it, but they need to make it... It probably wouldn't receive such a negative outlook on it if Google was at least a little bit more easier to work with over the whole thing. In the companies, they take advantage of the whole situation. If you dispute a claim, they have 30 days or something like that to acknowledge your dispute, and more often than not, they will take the whole 30 days and just kind of sit on it. So I mean, it's a necessary evil, but the companies involved need to try to make it a little bit easier to work with people. But on the same token, I wouldn't hold your breath on it getting any easier or changing anytime soon. Oh! Just like glitched out of nowhere. I miss heads popping like that in Borderlands 2. hell's that claptrap at? I thought you could get to him, at least get the button to come up through the fence, but I guess not. There's oil everywhere. Oh. Lead the way.
And open! Yes!
Mosey on through here. Oh shit. I would listen to some Meat Puppets, but then my video would get flagged.
Let's see what we've got.
Where's he at? Turn you into some chunky monkey.
now.
A lot of bugs with this. I used Willow Shrubbery to reset the playthroughs, and while it is serviceable in that it works, it's not perfect. And I'm fucking lost. There we go. Dude, it makes the game do some weird shit here and there. Guess I can start picking up some money here and there. Everybody else should be dead. Should just exited. Didn't get the scavenger hunt mission either. I'm not going to do all the side missions. I'm just going to run through here. If you got some like really good shit for doing the side missions like you do in Borderlands 2, I'd probably be more inclined to do them, but for a crap ass, I think that one. Is that the assault rifle? Maybe it's either the assault rifle or the sniper rifle. Either way, it's not a very good mission reward for getting the gun. Yeah, screw it. We'll just go to the mine. What the hell? Wrecked right into that stationary tree that jumped out in front of me.
Everything you've faced up until now has been simple. You're about to face a real challenge in Sledge. Do not underestimate him.
I know, you tell me every 5 seconds. You know, the more I think about it, it kind of wasn't real. At first I was kind of like about the pre-sequel because Gearbox isn't developing it. But the more I think about it, with the way Borderlands 2 has turned out for endgame. And don't get me wrong, I love Borderlands 2. They made some very questionable design decisions. I'm kind of more leaning towards more now that Gearbox not developing the pre-sequel is a good thing. So I'm really hoping that some of the some of the design decisions that they made that aren't real popular with people, hopefully those mistakes don't get repeated in the pre-sequel. I mean, it's hard to say what's going to happen since it is basically based off of the Borderlands 2 code. It's very possible that the same mistakes will be made, but hopefully, you know, with a little bit of guidance, hopefully they fix the scaling issues. If they could strike a nice balance between this game and the second one, that'd be probably the perfect gameplay experience. Because this one's sort of easy end game, whereas the difficulty in Borderlands 2 end game can spike quite rapidly. And it's not so much that it's difficult, it's just not balanced real good. Fix you. The more I play it, the Ajax Ogre might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite gun in this game. And it didn't used to be. I never actually really used it that much. But the more I run around with it, the more I'm really falling in love with this gun. Which I think that's where Borderlands 2 suffers, is the way the game scales. There's guns in Borderlands 2 I absolutely love, but and you can use them on OP8, but they make OP8 so tedious. Especially too, like, you have such a reliance on slag on in-game. You need, if you don't have a slag skill, you have to have a slag grenade. And to me, that takes away the variety of being able to just dick around and have some fun and use the guns that you think are fun. Whereas to clear OP8 in any decent time, you have to min-max everything. And there's nothing wrong with min-maxing. But that's not how I want to play all the time, you know. So that's why. And, you know, I mean, granted, you can custom tailor the experience a little bit with setting the OP levels or whatever you want, which, really, if you play on, I'd say OP 0 with OP 8 gear is slightly harder than playing this game at level 69 with level 69 gear. Wish there was a way to mod the Borderlands 2 Vault Hunters into this game, though. Because now I have, like, these dreams of being able to phase lock bandits and tear them up with my ogre, or my Ajax ogre.
If I'm lucky.
This one is a brute, and it has a powerful shield you will need to whittle down before you can.
Let's see. Guess we'll go with the Tsunami.
Don't let him touch you.
So we'll be able to whittle his shield down, and the corrosive will debuff him a little bit, so we should be able to get his shield down pretty quickly, and then... Not that it really matters, I mean... At this point in the game, we can pretty much power through his shield, but... See?
I bet you'd like to know what that is. The vault is real. What you are holding is the key that opens it. One part of it anyway.
I don't know if any of you guys that watch any of my videos, if you're Diablo players, but if you're playing on PC, you guys playing right now for the 100% increase in legendary drops.
Surrender any information or artifacts in your possession. Consider this your one and only warning.
I played a little bit the last couple days. I got a lot of legendary crafting materials. I did get a I got a couple legendary plans. I got Sunder. I got a crossbow, two-handed crossbow. I forget what it's called. Hell Rack, I think it was. I can't remember now. But I mean, it's been fairly generous to me. Ah. New missions are available, blah, 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 blah.
I'll drink to that. You're making a name for yourself in these parts. I already put in repairs to get your clearance on through to the Dog Headland. You ought to be able to reach New Haven now.
Driving so slow.
So, you think the vault is real, eh? Everyone is talking about it. It's the biggest thing that's happened here in a long time. Think of the visitors we will have. Listen, if you find it, what's inside could be worth a fortune. But only if you get the right partner to help you sell it. So, partners?
Activate the gate for you. Yes. You are now free to enter the Dog Headland.
I wonder whatever happened to Ernest Whitting. He's like one of the few characters they didn't really talk about in Borderlands 2. I might go kill Skagzilla for the elephant gun. I feel like running back down there to get to the... It's kind of far. We'll go get a car.
Hello! Ernest Whitting has made a new mission available.
I know.
You available?
Oh, I wish you could turn that off. That's so annoying.
Let's get you rolling.
Let's get some wheels.
Hey, you know, Lucky's an old buddy of mine. And by old buddy, I mean asshole that ruined my mom's girl parts. Sounds like he's in trouble, so you go on ahead and try to keep him alive long enough so I can kill him at a later occasion.
Can't remember how to get in there. Oh, duh. Might not be the most powerful shotgun in the game, but it's fun. Just tossing dudes around like they're fucking ragdolls. Jumpers, glad those didn't come back.
I thank you for keeping that dickbag alive long enough to be found on later. Much as it pains me to admit, Lucky knows the area better than anyone. I want to use him while he's alive for me not having killed him at all.
Go power up the fast travel, and then I think that'll be it for today. Fuck you. Alright. Turn this in, and we're gonna be, that's gonna be it for today. Alright guys, and then we'll pick up where we left off in the next one with doing some more out here in the Doll Headlands, and then hopefully we'll be in New Haven. So until then, I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, have a good one.